Katie?
Hello. Okay, so first I am sending the sign-in sheet. Oh, for some reason, hold on one second. No, the link isn't working. Can you help me out with that? Amy, sorry about that.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Marcial, we want to welcome you today as our presenter from Social Security Administration, and you are presenting on a very important topic, the overview of SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance, and as well as SSI, Supplemental Security Income and online services. We'll turn it over to you, Marcial.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. Like I said, my name is Marcial Hernandez, Jr. I'm a public affairs specialist from the Union, New Jersey field office, and I conduct outreach for the Northern New Jersey area. I would like to thank you, the New York Youth Transition Conference, and Amy and Jadell, Director of Projects and Innovation, for allowing the Social Security Administration to present to you today. The presentation will be an overview of Social Security Disability Insurance, Supplemental Security Income, which is SSI, appeals process, Medicare, Medicaid, representative pay, and online services. I'd like to begin with a little video etiquette. It'll be a different experience than an in-person meeting. So, always keep your microphone muted if you're not talking. Use headphones or earbuds if you are in a noisy or public environment. This event is public. Please do not share any personal information, such as dates of birth or Social Security numbers, about yourself or others during the event. Two people speak at the same time. The organizer will choose the order of who speaks. Choose to turn your camera on or off. And lastly, be patient. There is a learning curve to using video conference. So, for nearly 90 years, Social Security has helped secure today and tomorrow by providing benefits and financial protection for millions of people throughout their life's journey. Social Security touches the lives of every American, both directly and indirectly. As you consider the information that you're about to receive, I encourage you to think about all the ways Social Security has been linked to your life and the lives of your loved ones. Next slide. Hello?
Go ahead.
Next slide. Okay. We're here with you if the unexpected happens. Disability can happen at any moment in our lives. Social Security disability benefits provide financial support to people when they need it most. For people who can no longer work due to a disability, our disability program is there to replace some of their lost income. Disability benefits provide modest coverage for disabled workers and their dependents, including wounded warriors. Next slide.
Go ahead.
SSDI versus SSI. When you file an application for disability benefits with Social Security, we always check on your eligibility for both of our programs. The same medical requirements apply to both programs, but the non-medical requirements differ. Your local Social Security field office will review your non-medical eligibility. If you meet the non-medical requirements for SSDI, SSI, or both programs, we send your claim or claims to a New Jersey medical examiner. The Disability Determination Services reviews your application and makes a medical decision. You receive a notification by mail, and your local Social Security office field receives notification electronically. If your claim is approved, you start receiving monthly disability benefits. If denied, you have 60 days to file an appeal. For SSDI, you must have recent work history in order to receive benefits. Adults must have worked and earned Social Security credits in 5 of the 10 years prior to the onset of the disability. For younger workers, however, less work is required. For SSI, you need to be blind, have a disability, or are age 65 or older and have limited income and resources. Social Security has a specific set of rules that apply to disability beneficiaries. If you receive Social Security disability benefits or Supplemental Security Income payments, you must report all earnings to Social Security. Next slide.
Go ahead.
Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI. Social Security's disability definition requires you to have a medical condition that prevents you from doing substantial work for at least 12 months or your condition is terminal. This work determination is based on your age, education, and work experience. In addition to meeting the definition of disability, you must also have worked long enough and recent enough to qualify. The number of work credits you need to qualify for disability benefits depends on your age when you become disabled. Generally, you need 40 credits, 20 of which were earned in the last 10 years, ending with the year you become disabled. For younger workers, less work, fewer credits are required. You can apply for disability benefits online, via telephone, in person, or by mail. The application is then sent to the State Disability Determination Services for evaluation of disability. The average processing time is 3 to 5 months for a decision. After becoming eligible for a disability benefit, the law requires us to conduct a medical review to ensure that the beneficiary still qualifies for the program. This generally occurs 3 to 7 years, depending on the severity of the disability. Next slide.
Go ahead.
SSDI, benefits for family. Certain members of your family may qualify for benefits based on the work they include. Your spouse, if he or she is 65, 62 or older. Your spouse at any age, if he or she is caring for a child of yours who's younger than the age 16 or disabled. Your unmarried child, including an adopted child, or in some cases, a stepchild or grandchild. The child must be younger than the age of 18 or younger than 19 is still in high school. Your unmarried child, age 18 or older, if he or she has a disability that started before the age of 22. The child's disability must also meet a definition of disability for adults. Next slide.
Go ahead.
When should I apply for disability benefits? Processing an application for disability benefits can take 3 to 6 months. The information needed includes your Social Security number, birth or baptismal certificate, names, addresses, and phone numbers of the doctors, caseworkers, hospitals, and clinics that took care of you, and dates of your visits. Names and dosage of all the medicines that you take, laboratory and test results. Medical records from your doctors, therapists, hospitals, clinics, and caseworkers that you already have in your possession. A summary of where you worked and the kind of work you did. And a copy of your most recent W-2 form, wage and tax statement, or if you're self-employed, your federal tax returns for the past year. In addition to the basic application for disability benefits, you must also need to fill out other forms. One form collects information about your medical condition and how it affects your ability to work. Other forms gives doctors, hospitals, and other healthcare professionals who have treated you permission to send us information about your medical condition. Do not delay applying for benefits if you do not get all of the information together quickly. We will help you get it. Next slide.
Go ahead.
How do I apply for disability benefits? The quickest and most convenient way is online. The disability claims interview lasts about 1 hour. If you are deaf or hard of hearing, you may call our toll-free TTY number, which is 1-800-325-0778, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 7 p.m., Monday through Friday. If you schedule an appointment, we will send you a disability starter kit to help you get ready for your disability claims interview. The disability starter kit also available online at ssa.gov/disability. Click on Apply for Benefits. You have the right to representation by an attorney or other qualified person of your choice when you do business with Social Security. More information is in your Right to Representation publication, which will be shared after the presentation. Next slide.
Go ahead.
SSDI, what happens next? Your disability, work history, and education will be evaluated for eligibility for benefits. If the requirements are met, the case will be forwarded to the Disability Determination Services, which is DDS. Next slide.
Go ahead.
Supplemental Security Income, SSI. If you are disabled but do not have enough credits to qualify for Social Security Disability Insurance, which is SSDI, and you have limited income and resources, you may be eligible for the Supplemental Security Income, which is the SSI. SSI is a federal income supplement program funded by the General Tax Reviews, not by Social Security taxes. Social Security administers the SSI program, which pays monthly benefits to adults with limited income and resources who are disabled, blind, age 65 or older. Blind or disabled children may also get SSI. People who have worked long enough, recently enough, may be able to receive Social Security benefits such as disability or retirement and SSI benefits at the same time, if the amount of the Social Security benefits in combination with the person's other income falls below the SSI income limits. Additionally, any household with an individual who receives SSI may be eligible to receive discounted internet service through the Affordable Connectivity Program, or ACP. The ACP is run by the Federal Communications Commission, not by Social Security Administration. Receiving assistance through ACP will not affect your eligibility for SSI or your SSI payment. So for more information on ACP, you can visit the website at fcc.gov/ACP. Next slide.
Go ahead.
Requirements for getting SSI. Applicants disabled, blind, age 65 or older, with limited income and resources meet the disability requirements to be eligible for SSI. There are different rules for children. Next slide.
Go ahead.
Continuing. Income is any item an individual receives in cash or in kind that can be used to meet his or her need for food or shelter. Resources are things that you own, and the value of your resources would determine whether you're eligible for SSI benefits. And your living arrangements is another factor used to determine how much SSI you can receive. Next slide.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about income. Income includes for the purposes of SSI, the receipt of any item which can be applied either directly or by sale or conversion to meet basic needs of food or shelter. This earned income is wages, net earnings from self-employment, certain royalties, and sheltered workshop payments. Then there's unearned income. It's all income that is not earned, such as Social Security benefits, veterans pensions, state disability payments, unemployment benefits, interest income, dividends, and cash from friends and relatives. Next slide.
Okay.
Resources. Resources are the things you own, such as cash, bank accounts, stocks, mutual funds, and U.S. savings bonds, land, life insurance, personal property, vehicles, anything else you own which could be changed to cash and used for food or shelter. SSI does not count the home you live in and the land it's on. The first vehicle is not counted regardless of value, if you or a member of your household uses it for transportation, household goods, and personal effects. Life insurance policies with a combined face value of $1,500 or less. And you would submit the life insurance policy because some have cash surrender value and some don't. So we need to see the actual life insurance policy. Then there's burial spaces for you or your immediate family. And the limit for countable resources is $2,000 for an individual and $3,000 for a couple. Next slide.
Go ahead. Okay. Sorry.
Living arrangements. Living arrangements means your SSI benefits may vary depending on where you live. In your own place, such as a house, apartment, mobile home, or in someone else's household, or in a group care or board and care facility, or in an institution such as a hospital or nursing home. Okay. Next slide.
Okay.
How to apply for SSI as an adult. Tell us you want to apply for SSI and other benefits or help someone else to do so. This process takes about 5 to 10 minutes. We ask for basic information. After you complete your online process, a Social Security representative schedules an appointment to help you apply for benefits. If you or someone you know is interested in applying, please visit our website at www.ssa.gov/benefits/SSI and get started today. Call us to make an appointment to file for your application at 1-800-772-1213. If you're deaf or hard of hearing, you can call us at the TTY number, which is the 1-800-325-0778. Next slide.
Okay.
Reporting responsibilities under SSI. You must report any changes in your status because they may affect your eligibility for SSI and your benefit amount. Report any changes that may affect your SSI as soon as possible and no later than 10 days after the end of the month in which your change occurred. Okay. Next slide.
Okay.
What to report under SSI? Any item on this list can affect monthly benefits and cause overpayments to occur. So reporting changes in a timely manner can prevent this from happening. Let's just go over that. Change the address, marital status, leaving the U.S. That's important. If you leave the U.S., you need to let us know right away. Okay. Next slide.
Okay.
You need to tell Social Security if whether you file for Social Security Disability Insurance or SSI income or both, you must tell us if you have an outstanding arrest warrant, had been convicted of a crime, and if you're violating a condition of your probation or parole. You cannot receive regular disability benefits or any underpayments you may be due if one of the following should occur. But any family members who are eligible for benefits based on that person's work may continue to receive the benefits. Next slide.
Okay.
SSI, what happens next? The application is then sent to the State Disability Determination Services, which is DDS, for evaluation of the disability. The average processing time is 3 to 6 months. You may have another appointment to update your living arrangements, income, and resource information. This is referred to as a pre-effectuation review, which is a perk. Okay, next slide.
Okay.
Disability Determination Services Office, which is DDS. Whether you file for Social Security Disability Insurance or Supplemental Security Income or both, the applications are sent to the Disability Determination Services, DDS, for a medical decision. They will ask your doctors about your medical conditions, when your medical conditions began, how your medical conditions limit your activities, medical test results, and what treatment you have received. They will also ask the doctors for information about your ability to do work-related activities such as walking, sitting, lifting, carrying, and remembering instructions. Your doctors do not decide if you're disabled. If that evidence is unavailable or insufficient to make a determination by DDS, the state agency staff may need more medical information before they can decide if you're disabled. If your medical sources cannot provide needed information, the state agency may ask you to go to a consultative examination. We prefer to ask your own doctor, but sometimes the exam may not be done by someone else. May have to be done by someone else. Social Security will pay for the exam and for some of the related travel costs. The DDSs, which are fully funded by the federal government, are state agencies responsible for developing medical evidence and rendering the initial determination on whether or not a claimant is disabled or blind under the law. Okay, next slide.
Okay.
How is disability determination made? We use a 5-step process to make the disability determination. First, are you working? If you're working and your earnings average more than a certain amount each month, we generally will not consider you to be eligible for disability benefits. The amount changes each year. For the current figure, see the fact sheet, update 2023. If you're not working or your monthly earnings average to the current amount or less, the state agency then looks at your medical condition. Then is your medical condition severe? For you to be considered to have a disability by Social Security's definition, your medical condition must significantly limit your ability to do basic work activities, such as lifting, standing, walking, sitting, and remembering, for at least 12 months. If your medical condition is not severe, we will not consider you to be disabled. If your condition is severe, we proceed to the next step 3. Does your impairment meet or medically equal a listing? Our list of impairments describes medical conditions that we consider severe enough to prevent a person from completing substantial gainful activity, regardless of age, education, or work experience. If your medical condition or a combination of medical conditions is not on this list, the state agency looks to see if your condition is as severe as condition on the list. If the severity of your medical condition meets or equals the severity of a listed impairment, the state agency will decide that you have a qualifying disability. If the severity of your condition does not meet or equal the severity level of a listed impairment, the state agency goes on to step 4. Can you do the work you did before? At this step, we decide the medical impairments prevents you from performing any of past work. If it does not, we will not decide you have a disqualifying disability. If it does, we proceed to step 5. And that, can you do any other type of work? If you can do the work you did in the past, we look to see if there's other work. If you cannot do the work you've done in the past, we look to see if there's other work you can do despite your impairments. We consider your age, education, past work experience, and any skills you may have that could be used to do other work. If you cannot do any other work, we will decide that you are disabled. If you can do other work, we will decide that you do not have a qualifying disability. Next slide.
Okay.
Compassionate allowances, CAL, C-A-L. At Social Security, we have a special program called Compassionate Allowances, which can get you a much faster or expedited medical decision if you are diagnosed with specific conditions. These conditions are selected using information received at public outreach hearings, comments received from the Social Security and DDS communities, council of medical and scientific experts, and our research with the National Institutes of Health. In fact, there are more than 225 conditions that qualify for the expedited disability claims processing through this program. Next slide.
Okay.
We'll tell you our decision. We will send you a letter telling you your application is approved, the amount of your monthly benefit, and the effective date. Your monthly disability benefit is based on your average lifetime earnings. Your first Social Security disability benefits will be paid for the 6th full month after the date your disability began. You will also receive what you need to know when you get disability benefits publication, which gives you important information about your benefits and tells you what changes you must report to us. If you disagree with a decision made on your claim, you can appeal it. The steps you take are explained in your right to question the decision made on your claim publication. Next slide.
Okay.
Your right to appeal. If your claim is denied for Social Security disability insurance or Supplemental Security Income disability benefits, you can appeal the decision. You have the right to file an appeal within 60 days of your decision notice. There are 4 levels of appeal. The first is reconsideration. The next is a hearing before an administrative law judge. And the next one is appeals council review. And lastly, federal court review. You can request a reconsideration, a hearing, and an appeals council review online. You can mail or fax copies of the civil action to the federal courts. Okay, next slide.
Okay.
Disability evaluation under Social Security. Disability evaluation under Social Security has been specifically prepared to provide physicians and other health professionals with an understanding of the disability programs administered by Social Security Administration. It explains how each program works and the kinds of information a health professional can furnish to help ensure sound and prompt determinations and decisions on the disability claims. The listings of impairments, which includes listings for both adults and children, appear in the Code of Federal Regulations. We also provide them at ssa.gov/disability/professionals/Blue Book. The listings are just part of how we decide if someone qualifies for disability. For adults, we also consider past work experience, severity of medical conditions, age, education, and work skills. We no longer publish disability evaluation under Social Security in a hard copy because we published updated versions of the listings of impairments electronically now. Okay, next slide.
Okay.
The Red Book. One of Social Security's highest priorities is to support the efforts of beneficiaries with disabilities who want to work by developing policies and services to help them reach their employment goals. The Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, and Supplemental Security Income, SSI programs include several work incentives that are designed to protect your cash and medical benefits while you work. If your benefits end because of work and you have to stop working later, work incentives can make it easier to begin receiving benefits again. We offer employment supports to assist you in finding a job, starting a business, or obtaining other support services you need to get a job or keep a job. Although you may use the Red Book as a self-help guide, please remember that if you need information specific to your situation regarding eligibility or benefits, you may need to contact us. For an explanation how earnings affects your benefits, read Working While Disabled, a guide to plan to achieve self-support publications. Okay, next slide.
Okay.
Medicaid versus Medicare. Let's start with Medicaid. In most states, if you are an SSI recipient, you may be automatically eligible for Medicaid. An SSI application is also an application for Medicaid. In other states, you must apply for and establish your eligibility for Medicaid with another agency. In these states, we will direct you to the office where you can apply for Medicaid. Please see the Medicaid website at www.medicaid.gov for consumer information. Then there's Medicare. Medicare is our country's health insurance program for people aged 65 or older. Certain people younger than age 65 can qualify for Medicare too, including those with disabilities and those who have permanent kidney failure. This program helps the cost of health care, but does not cover all medical expenses or the cost of most long-term care. You have choices for how you can get Medicare coverage. If you choose to have original Medicare Part A and B coverage, you can buy a Medicare supplemental insurance Medigap policy from a private insurance company. Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. Many people receive both SSI and Social Security benefits. Medicaid is linked to the receipt of SSI benefits in most states. Medicare is linked to the entitlement to Social Security benefits. It is possible to get both Medicare and Medicaid. States pay the Medicare premiums for people who receive SSI benefits if they are also eligible for Medicaid. If you get SSI and have Medicare, you will also be eligible for the extra help with Medicare prescription drug coverage without filing a separate application. You can see that on our website at www.ssa.gov/Medicare/prescription help on our website. Your state health insurance assistance program, SHIP, can also help you answer any Medicare questions you may have. To get the phone number for your local State Health Insurance Assistance Program SHIP office, visit them at www.shiphelp, that's shiphelp.org. Next slide.
Okay.
Okay, our website. The Social Security website is a valuable resource of information about all of Social Security's programs and is accessible from a computer, tablet, and a smartphone. We encourage you to prepare and apply for disability benefits online. Next slide.
Okay.
My Social Security. It's a convenient and secure suite of services designed to put you in control of your personal Social Security information, as well as help you manage your benefits when you start receiving them. Your account gives you the information you need at your convenience, all without calling or visiting a local office. You can only open a My Social Security account for yourself. To open a My Social Security account, you have to be at least 18 years of age, have a valid email address, a Social Security number, a phone number, and a U.S. mailing address. You cannot open an account for another person, even if you have his or her written consent. You may be unable to open a My Social Security account if you blocked electronic access to your personal Social Security information, recently moved or changed your name, or placed a freeze on your credit report. Your online My Social Security account provides a variety of information to help you and your family. Next slide.
Okay.
You can check application status with My Social Security account and or appeal through your Social Security My account. There's no need to contact Social Security. There's the website. Give it up a few seconds. Next slide.
Okay.
Representative pays. There can be many reasons why Social Security decides someone needs to pay. However, it is usually because we have information that indicated you need help in managing your money and meeting your current needs. As a representative pay, you must know that the beneficiary's needs are so you can decide the best use of benefits for their care and well-being. This is especially important if the beneficiary doesn't live with you. You'll also need to tell Social Security about changes that may affect the beneficiary's eligibility. Each year, Social Security will ask you to complete a form to account for the benefits you received for the claimant. Custodial parents and spouses are exempt from this requirement, but must provide their records if requested. You can either fill out the form and return it to Social Security or go online at ssa.gov/pay to file the report. Next slide.
Okay.
Advanced designation of representative pays. Social Security has an option to help protect your financial future. Advanced designation of representative pays allows you to designate in advance up to 3 individuals who could serve as a representative for you should the need arise. Advanced designation is not an appointment of a representative pay, nor a power of attorney. Participation is voluntarily, and you can update or withdraw the information at any time. If you choose to participate, we'll send you a notice each year listing your advanced designees for your review. We only contact advanced designees if we determine that you need a representative pay to help you in managing your benefits. With advanced designation, you have a peace of mind knowing that someone you trust may be appointed to manage your benefits if the time comes when you are unable to manage or direct the management of your benefits in the future. You can also provide us with advanced designation via your personal My Social Security account by visiting your local office or by calling 1-800-772-1213. If you're deaf or hard of hearing, you may also call our TTY number at 1-800-325-0778. Next slide.
Okay.
Disclaimer. Please visit our website for up-to-date information on our programs and services. Social Security Administration will keep you adding content and encourage you to conduct business online. And next slide.
Okay.
All right. Thank you again for having Social Security give this presentation today. Again, I hope to have provided your team with the foundational knowledge on these disability programs so you're better equipped to guide the public you serve to make informed decisions if applying or receiving disability benefits. So please find my direct contact information if any additional assistance is needed. Thank you and continue to stay safe. Janelle, Ms. Katie?